Hey guys, how are you? This is Eric Bramlett with Bramlett Partners. And I guess today I'm here to talk about clear cooperation. And I say that with hesitation because I've sort of stayed out of the debate for a while. A friend of mine, he has a really solid strategy, or it has been a solid strategy up to this point, that he said anytime people start passionately talking about clear cooperation, you just kind of nod your head and you let them finish. And that's what I've done to this point. And the reason that I haven't really discussed it much is that it just doesn't affect our business a whole lot. And also, both sides seem a bit disingenuous. You have Zillow on one side, adamant proponent of clear cooperation. And you think about it and you say, well, of course they are. They want as many listings on the website as they can so that they can generate more leads in order to sell the leads to agents, right? And then you have companies like Compass and other brokerages on the other side, and they're adamantly opposed to clear cooperation in the name of freedom of choice. And then you think about it for a minute and you say, well, these guys are really pushing office exclusives, and clear cooperation hurts that effort. And they want office exclusives so that they can double in more deals. And what's being missed here is what's best for the consumer. And that's always what I've thought about. I see a really good reason why some consumers would want to list off market. And I also see a lot of benefit in a complete data set that's very reliable. I find a lot of value in the MLS. I find a lot of value in the data that we're able to get. I find a lot of value in a sort of a complete marketplace. But again, I see the point in listing off market. John Soderstrom of Corda.io, he shared a video that he had put together a while back, and then quickly published a write-up that was called "The MLS: The Unsung Hero Powering U.S. Real Estate." And I agree with all of Sean's points. Again, transparency is great for the consumer. Great data is also great for the consumer, and it's really good for the real estate industry as a whole and for agents. I looked at our own data, and in 2024, 31% of our sales were off market. And we're pretty representative of the broader Austin market. We did a little over 1,000 deals last year, and 300 plus of them are not recorded in the MLS. And I thought about that and I said, yeah, that's a problem. If that's happening here, it's happening elsewhere. It really tells me that clear cooperation is just simply not working. I think it has good intentions. I think that at its core, getting all of the data into the MLS is something that's good, but it just doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is that there are very well-established use cases when a seller wants to list their property off MLS. And typically that's when they want to float an aspirational price. That's the most common scenario that you'll see. So in luxury, you see it a lot. You see it less, but you still see it in the median and average prices. But it goes something like this. You have a seller that maybe wants a higher price than the comps show. And so you say, great, we're going to use a coming soon strategy. We're going to put a sign in the yard early. We're going to float this to a lot of our colleagues. We're going to put it on some of these off-market MLS, and we're going to see if we can get the price. And you get it sometimes. You don't always get it, but sometimes you get it. And when you don't get it, you're able to then go on the MLS at the more realistic price, and you're not damaged goods. So you don't have this history following you, showing that you started at a high price and then you kind of chase the market down and you have a long days on market. So you're able to test an aspirational price without consequences. And because this strategy works so well, we have organized secondary MLSs in the city of Austin, in the metro of Austin. And we have a Top Agent Network. We have Austin Luxury Network. We have the Commission Clubhouse. And there's some others I'm not mentioning. We have very robust Facebook groups where people are floating these coming soon listings because, again, it's good for the consumer and it works. So the rule-based approach with clear cooperation just simply isn't working because there's a real need in the market for it. So my solution, I propose that we implement a coming soon status in the MLS. And this isn't a new idea. This was tried years back. It was tried for a relatively short period of time. And there was a lot of turbulence and friction. And at the time, ABOR rolled it back because of that. I think it's time to try it again. I think that a coming soon status, which is more of a carrot than a stick, will attract people to post these off-market listings on the MLS. And this is how it looks. An agent could post a coming soon listing on the MLS. A list price isn't required. It would allow us to put a range. A lot of times with this aspirational pricing, you're not even giving a defined list price. You're just saying, hey, this is where we're going to list it. And you could honestly just have, NA for list price as well. When you post it as coming soon, it can't be displayed publicly. So the portals wouldn't be able to post this on, within their listings. That protects the days on market. The portals generally have X number of days on Zillow. We don't want to see that. So it protects the consumer, and the consumer gets what they want. And what happened when ABOR tested this years ago is that there was a time limit on how long you could be CS coming soon. I think it was something like 2 weeks. And that's why we didn't get a lot of strong adoption. I think that you make that completely indefinite. Somebody could have a coming soon listing for 2 years if they wanted to. In that scenario, you have a seller who's not highly motivated. They don't want it published everywhere, but they want agents to know about it. And this is effectively what these secondary MLSs are already doing. And it works really, really well. And I think that the local MLSs can take this exact strategy, implement it, and it's not going to do away with the secondary MLSs. They'll still exist, but we're going to get more data in. And when we had 31% of our listings sold off market last year, I would love to see that number go to 20% or 15 or 10%. We get more data, we get more transparency, and we're able to look back and provide better advice, better counsel to our clients. This is my idea. This is a solutions-based approach. I think that it is worth trying. I hope that it would work. I'd love to know what you guys think. I'd love to know if there are other ideas out there. I feel like if there are any problems with this coming soon idea, that they're all solvable. But if there are any problems anybody sees, I'd love to hear about those. Yeah, reach out to me. Let me know what you think. Let's get a conversation going about this. Let's maybe move the conversation away from is clear cooperation good or is clear cooperation bad over to how can we fix this? How can we make this better for the consumer? How can we make this better for agents? I'm Eric Bramlett with Bramlett Partners. Thank you so much.